Yeah, so we'll say we'll do the brisket at some point later on in the show. The brisket is still to come.
Well, we're an hour into the show. We've magic-hatted, and we've debated about old school sports attire. We have not gotten to the big story. Luka Doncic made his illustrious return to Dallas yesterday.
He did.
And I thought it was, I missed it live because I had to drop my kid off, but I went back and I paused, so I watched it. And the video and the intro, instantly, ESPN just grabbing you. And I'm going to say something here. We had a return game last year with Damian Lillard.
Did we do a video for him?
Yeah.
We did?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was
Teddy had been born like a week earlier. It was a fog for me. I didn't remember if we did a full-long video
It was a big deal. And you see these all the time. When we did a video, I think we did a video. I confidently say we did a video for Drew Eubanks. I think maybe twice. Maybe I'm wrong. Anybody in the Blazers, tell me if I'm wrong on that.
Please help us out there.
But my point is, usually you get videos with return athletes, right? That's a normal thing in sports.
Right.
I'm going to give you a take, and I don't think you're going to like it, or maybe you agree with me here. I'm watching this video. It's emotional. It's great. Luka! And then he's sitting there, and he's welling up. You could tell he clearly cares about this fan base and playing for that team in that city. And that team just traded him out of nowhere in the middle of the night, and people still don't really understand why. And I see this video, and I see his emotions, and I already had the take that he wasn't going to kill him in L.A. He was going to kill him when he went back to Dallas. And he had 31 in the first half, and I went, God, I'm good. I called this a mile away. But that video, I understand why they made it. I think that video pisses me off more as a fan seeing it and then, welcome back, Luka! As if he's 39 years old on the victory tour and not in his mid to late 20s and still an absolute death machine to go against. I get why they do it. I loved the raw emotion by him. The fans showed him so much love the whole game.
Fire, Nico.
But I just kept thinking, if I'm at this game and I'm a Mavs fan, I'm looking around like, you guys are idiots. Yeah. You made this great video. You're hyping him up in the lineup, and you just chose to quit on this.
Yeah, it made it. We follow some folks in Dallas. We had Gavin Dawson on the show yesterday. We have a couple other folks that we know down there. And they all who are connected to the team, and some of them fans of the team, some of them root for them. They all had the same takeaway, and I would have had it as well. If I was in Dallas.
So they were feeling the same thing.
That made it a million times worse.
I agree.
It almost not that time heals all wounds, because the Mavericks organization, there was a piece that came out, I think yesterday, from McMahon on ESPN, where he basically predicted and they're losing millions and millions and millions of dollars. Advertisers don't want to be associated with them because they're a toxic brand now in that community. They had too many season ticket holders to count the day after the trade that called and said, I'm canceling, give me my money back. I'm canceling my season tickets. So they're losing advertising dollars. Their attendance is sinking like a stone. They're losing millions and millions and millions of dollars long term. So time doesn't heal all wounds. It's going to take them a long time to get over this. But at least it starts to, feel a little more normal. And then you see that video again and you're just reminded of wait a minute. We just made a 4-minute long highlight reel of all the great moments he had in a Mavericks jersey. I'm now remembering as a fan, yeah, that's right. He hit that game winner and that game winner. And he was, everybody loved him in the locker room, and he was great in the community, and he was great with kids, and he led us to the NBA Finals last year. It made it a million times worse. They had no choice. They had to do a video. But dear God, if I were a Mavs fan, I don't even know how I would have received that last night. Would have been livid.
Dirt, the video ends with him walking off, going to the finals.
Celebrating winning the conference finals.
Last year.
Yes. But they didn't show taking a beer out of his hand. They should have done that. A little bit of petty from the Mavs in the video would have been nice.
They should have showed the freeze frame of Finley taking the beer away.
Yeah.
Froze it, and then have a caption, "This is why we traded
That
him."
would have been the better video the Mavs could have done. It would have made me feel slightly better as a fan. I'm still pissed off at the organization.
It wouldn't have made me feel good.
If you show me that video and then video that you got of surveillance cameras of him in a hookah bar at 4 o'clock in the morning, then at least it's all right, at least you're telling me why you traded him.
They have not read the room at all on this.
No, it's terrible.
Dumont, their figurehead that speaks publicly, he's the son-in-law for the Adelson family. He came out and was like, you want a Kobe, you want a Shaq, you want a Michael Jordan, as if to suggest that Luka doesn't work hard because, he comes in, he's a little out of shape. as if he didn't just lead the franchise to an NBA Finals.
Right.
And so he has those comments. Nico's basically like, I feel like I'm right here. You want defense. Defense wins championships. We're on the right timeline. So I went and got a 31-year-old center who often gets hurt and then played one game and then got hurt.
And then our other guy that we traded for tore his ACL.
I mean, that dude is known for sitting in the stands, like the mid-level of the 100 level.
Yeah.
He's been nothing but in the tunnel with security since he made this trade.
Because he's not safe. Somebody's going to whoop his ass, man.
Well, they're fire Nico at the end of this game because Luka Doncic drops 45 on their head and they blow them out and they win and LeBron's great in the fourth. And you're just watching this going, we've ruined all of this. And, I saw some Blazer takes yesterday. It was like, if the Blazers would have done this, I probably would have stopped being a fan. And I'm like, no, you wouldn't.
No, you
I see
wouldn't.
your takes. No, you wouldn't. But I want to play this. Talk about just not reading the room. Jason Kidd, pregame, coach, press conference, who's playing, who's not, gives his thoughts on, he says this is a business. The business sometimes suggests this is trades. This isn't the only trade that's ever going to happen. And then he follows that up with this quip.
Some are comparing it to Babe Ruth, which is kind of cool.
As if to suggest they're the Yankees in this scenario.
We'll be a part of history.
Some are comparing it to Babe Ruth, which is kind of cool.
Which is just kind of cool. Which is kind of cool.
It's so
Can you tell me,
bad, man.
Jason, why that was kind of cool?
You want to curse? You want a 100-year curse as an organization? Is that kind of cool to be
Luka
associated
curse.
with that? I mean, just
I'm telling you right now.
84 years in between titles.
God.
So.
I am coaching youth basketball. If I had a kid of the magnitude of Luka on my team and another parent said, we're actually going to move him to this other youth team, I would quit. I'd say, well,
I'm down.
2108.
I'm
Get
out.
your NBA Finals tickets in Dallas.
I'm out.
2108.
2108. That's when we'll get there because you're now a part of the Babe Ruth trade of the NBA.
Jeez, man.
It's amazing too to have an owner come out who's not even an owner of the team. He's a nepo kid who married into the family of the Adelsons.
Well, he would tell you, I am the owner.
I love the whole. I traded away a guy because I didn't like his work ethic when the guy was born into wealth and he didn't have to work
he
for
married
anything.
into that wealth.
Well, he's also. I mean, you're not
He's
marrying.
probably a rich.
You're not
yeah.
marrying into that level of rich without being a rich.
Your
There's
last
no
name's
chance.
not Dumont,
No.
and you didn't come from money.
There's
It's
no
impossible.
chance that guy's from the slums and married his way in like a Cinderella story. Zero chance.
The
His dad
opposite.
is a hedge fund manager who's firing millions of people across the country. Like, dude, there's
Cashing in on the stock market
there's
tanking.
nothing positive happening around this family. And this fat ass has the balls to sit up there, say, I prefer my stars with a work ethic like Kobe Bryant when you haven't had to work for anything in your entire life.
I now am on his Wikipedia because I am actually
Find
very
out about his
curious.
family. There's no chance, dude.
His last
There's-
name's Dumont.
Yeah.
Dumont.
Dumont.
There's no way he didn't.
No
come
way
from
a
money.
Dumont doesn't come from money. And there's no way the Adelsons let their daughter marry somebody who's not from like a Fortune 500 company.
I would say you're 100% accurate on that part. Here was Luka post-game with Lisa Salters on just crying basically at the starting lineup because of the video and then going out, dropping 45 on them.
I don't know how I did it because when I was watching that video, I was like, there's no way I'm playing this game. But, all my teammates had my back. They were really supporting me, so I really appreciate that.
Tough night yesterday, man. Just tough night.
I feel bad for Mavs fans, man. That's a good fan base. They've supported their team. They've had some fun players, great runs, won titles, been to championships. Like they've had, a really strong run here in the last 25, 30 years. It's just brutal. Every time I'm reminded of it, I'm like, God, could you imagine having one of the faces of the league and then out of just complete nowhere to the point where it's so crazy that nobody believed the story. And I was taken back in like a, time travel machine yesterday.
I still don't believe it.
It's just like, wait, what? That happened. Now he's making his return to Dallas in a Laker jersey.
In case you missed it, there were Maverick fans at this game in Laker jerseys with N. Harrison on the back.
Yeah.
Because they're like, way to just help another team.
Bunch of fire Nico signs, fire Nico chants the entire game. Good luck.
Is he going to stay the GM or is he going to walk away? Because like a whole city hates him.
At
It's
this
his own
point,
city.
I mean, you can imagine firing him right now.
Well, I don't
hand
even
him the
fire
key-
him. Dumont's backed him, but like, you want to keep being the GM of this team? And
Your
they hate you?
ownership, if your ownership has any hope of credibility in the future, you can't fire him right away.
You can't. You
No,
have
no,
to
no.
let
I
this
don't
ride
think
out.
they would fire him.
Yeah.
I'm asking. This dude's in the tunnel, and the entire arena is chanting "fire you."
It's not good.
Like if they were telling you pre-show "fire dirt" and
Right.
it's 20,000 loud.
20,000 people
Are
chanting.
you
for me
still
to-
doing a radio show, or
Probably
are you
not.
Yeah, you're probably like, I got to go home.
Is there a way I could do a radio show in secret without having to be in public? There's not
He's
a way.
a podcaster at that point.
I'm a podcaster at that point. I'm
Why is
shifting
this guy
gears.
always home?
He's never coming into the studio anymore. Like at least he showed up, but man, that was wild.
Early career investment banking. He worked at firms
Yes.
called Miller Buckfire and Bear Stearns.
Also, look at the guy, dude. There's no way that guy's marrying into money looking like that. It's one thing if you look a certain way and you're like, oh,
What do
all
you
right,
suggest?
come on. No chance. That guy is dripping in gold.
All right. Luka comes back to Dallas. Fire Nico chants everywhere as we are still in disbelief that trade is actually real.